Suppose we're working on Emacs, and we're working on the function version. I'll demonstrate its execution. Meta-x version. It shows the version of Emacs in the menu buffer, along with some other build information. Now let's just say we're dissatisfied with the build number. The build number is currently 1. I have no idea what that means, but let's say we want to change it to 2. So we want to jump to the definition of Emacs build number. We do that via meta dot, and we're going to change it from 1 to 2. We reevaluate the S expression. We jump back with meta comma, and now we want to recall meta-x version to see if that change took. And it did. The build is now 2. Now what I've done is something that Emacs developers do all the time, which is they sort of tinker with things and they change S expressions on the fly, and then they recall commands or functions that they often use to see if the changes took. Now, one thing that my viewers will have noticed, certainly the ones who have developed Emacs as long as I have, is that I made a mistake. And the mistake occurred when I meta-dotted into Emacs build number. And I'll do it again. When I meta-dot, it took me to a file called version.el.gz. Now let's see where this function, where this file is located. Version.el.gz is part of the official distribution of Emacs. It's really part of the official installation, and it's really a file that we were never meant to change. So this begs the question: can meta-dot be modified so that it basically does what we mean? It brings us to the definition that we could potentially tinker with. So let's exit out of GNU Emacs and head over to greener pastures. Let's call meta-x version. We'll see that the build number is 1. Let's do a similar operation, and let's meta dot into build number to change it to 2. Reevaluate, meta comma to go back, version. Okay, so now our build number is 2. But what we'll have noticed is when we meta dotted to Emacs build number, it took us to the right file. It took us to the file that we wanted to mess with. That file is within a Git repository. So now the question is, can commercial Emacs meta dot to the right file for external packages? Suppose we wanted to tinker with the eglot library. I'm going to meta dot into eglot. Then I'm going to check the buffer file name. And the answer to your question is no. Commercial Emacs, in regard to external packages, will always take you to the directory in which the external package is installed. It can't telepathically know where you've kept the source for that external package. But if you are willing to go out on a limb and use the package installer known as El Paso, now I have git cloned eglot into my home directory. And what I've elected to do is I will have El Paso installed directly from my clone. This I do via El Paso edit. And I copy an entry for eglot. The directory is eglot. And I want to get the master branch. And I do Control-CC to confirm. At that point, I can do El Paso install eglot. That has completed. And let's try our little experiment again. Now I meta dot into eglot. Now I check buffer file name. And it's the eglot that we want. And now I can meta dot with reckless abandon. Let's just keep eglotting around, meta dotting around. I'll meta dot here. I'm still in a good file. Heck, just to throw it, I'll meta dot into CLGensim. And it's taking me to it's always taking me to a file that I want to tinker with, not some crazy file off in like user local or off in elpa/package name. That's it.